To wrap up my week, I was searching the internets for some more main character adjacent topics, and with a little help, I stumbled upon a real hustler, a real man. And when I see someone who looks like a discount Vanilla Ice, wearing sunglasses bigger than my oven mitt, trying to explain the mind of a woman with a whiteboard, I'm in. I've always wanted to know what women think, how they operate, and why they do what they do, because I'm not a woman. And honestly, listening to someone who is also not a woman, trying to explain women, is more than good enough for me to click on it. What could possibly go wrong? I mean, I would also love to see a video of a woman explaining what a kick to the balls feels like. Welcome to the Aardcast and today's episode. My opinion matters about as much as Andrew Tate's in a conversation about what you should teach your daughter. I just hope to make someone smile, someone agrees on my point of view, and maybe you consider leaving a like or subscribe. I would appreciate that a lot, and thank you. We all do it, watching random videos on YouTube. Sometimes we like them, sometimes we don't. And sometimes they leave us behind like Deepwater Horizon. 1 second more and our brain would spark a fire, leaving nothing behind. A video called Exposing My 6-Pillar Dating System, How Men Go From Bottom 80% to Top 1% instantly caught my eye. Like I can spot BOGO deals in the local supermarket. I've always wanted to be a hustler, a player, an alpha male who treats women poorly and still lives in the past, refusing to evolve at all. Why have empathy when you can have obedience? Feelings are overrated. I learned that from Andrew the fucking Tate. Instead of having different feelings, I just get angry. That works. That man saved my life with his anger. At least now, when everything burns down, I don't have to feel bad about the fire. I just blame the world and call it discipline. Instead of grieving the loss of my grandparents, I got angry at the funeral, throwing punches and headbutting my family. Was hella fun, until I found out it was the wrong funeral. My neighbors are still mad at me. But instead of shame or guilt for ruining it, I just get angry instead, not elbowing the shit out of their uncle. That guy was looking at me weird the entire time. I don't like that. If there is one thing I have learned, it's that anger is cheaper than therapy and way more entertaining. But back to YouTube and our lovely topic for today. His channel, The Real Game, has 2.4k subscribers by now, and the guy in the video reminds me of an unsuccessful white rapper trying way too hard. His choice of sunglasses ranges from mid-90s wrestling style, cool back in the day like Bret the Hitman Hart, to some oversized monstrosities that look like the things you put under your drinks. I've got a few of those laying around here somewhere, maybe I can build myself a pair. I would trust a drunk raccoon who robs liquor stores to give better fashion advice than this guy. After watching part of this video, I just glanced at other uploads and, of course, the thumbnails. This is also where the whiteboard comes into play. Today, I'll go through some of his video titles and what I was hoping to find in his content. Spoiler alert, mostly disgusting, with a side of existential dread and a faint hope that watching this man might actually rot my brains out in an instant. Coming in first, the brutal graph that explains why you struggle with 8s, 9s, or 10s. My first thought was, maybe he just struggles with mathematics. Not everyone can add or multiply. I always use a calculator. Your smartphone usually comes with one. But after watching some of his videos, I discovered that he actually gives women numbers based on how hot they seem. And now I finally understand why women hold up cards with numbers between rounds in MMA or boxing. I bet he's never made it past round 11 or 12. Are women doing the same with men? I'd love to know. To be recognized as a number seems really mature to me. I just hope I get a good one. But why is a higher number better? And a knockout in round 1 is definitely better than round 8. The faster the better, I guess. The sooner you can go to bed. I know what I'm talking about. Doing the yabba dabba doo takes about 30 seconds, and I sleep like a baby after. I bet he can't argue with me about that. But let's continue. The secret method to being magnetic with women in conversation. Working undercover as a magnet was not the explanation in this one, but it's exactly what I was hoping for. I'd love to attract some hard metals. That's also why I don't hit the gym regularly, because why should I lift iron when the steel is already smitten? Of course I was wrong. In the end, it wasn't about the pole caps at all. I would not be surprised if life's entire point was just to disappoint me in the most absurdly specific way possible. The next title is called How to Talk to Women Without Running Out of Things to Say. Are you carrying a dictionary or Wikipedia around just to throw out random words and feel intelligent? That could actually work, because if the person you are talking to isn't interested in the bullshit you are saying, you can still overwhelm her with the book. Not intellectually, of course. Physically, it's heavy enough. That might actually work. I might give it a try next time I'm at Starbucks, purely as a social experiment in advanced dating practice. The next title? I analyzed 1000 dates and found these secrets that work. If you really analyzed 1000 dates, I'd say you're fucking insane and probably just searching for something to do. Personally, there are 7 things I can spot instantly that make way more sense, and none of them involve wasting 1000 human lives for research. At this point, I trust a blind PDF file working my Tinder more than this guy. Here are my 7 ideas. Explaining my cat to go off the counter, which never works but makes me feel important. Analyzing my poop today, the color, the size, the smell, etc. Taking the trash out without the bag. You go the way twice, but it's a small workout. Arguing with Phyllis from the first floor about the current state of the country. You can just pretend a year that you like, she believes it. Running a marathon twice the fun. Buying the same pair of mittens in the summer heat of Florida. Don't get the BOGO on pizza because of pizza. And last but not least, treating people with dignity and decency. Ever heard of that? Analyzing a date makes about as much sense as analyzing a chess game. Too many factors, too many things to consider, and every one is different. Otherwise, we'd already know the outcome of every date, or every game. If dating were predictable, I'd still lose. Probably to a clam with a better strategy. Let's move on to the next title. 10,000 hours of dating experience in 11 minutes. That is 416.66 days of life boiled down to less than a coffee break. And before you start lecturing me about experience, maybe explain what that even means. Because if you have been on dates for 10,000 hours and you are still out here hustling, I'm not sure if you are lost or if you are the problem. I'd taken advice from a talking dog over this guy. It might be more accurate and less disrespectful. The next title is How to Date Your Coworker Legally. Carlos, here I come. Don't stop me now. No explanations needed. Legally is just a polite suggestion anyway. The next title brought a lot to think about. I dated a corn star, the brutal truth. I searched for corn music first. Google came up with the band, but with a K and not a C. I was confused. Did he mean he was dating one of the guys from the band? Or did he just stop at a corn drive-thru on his way home? There aren't many clues. Maybe he meant the brutal truth about cornstarch, a common food ingredient often used to thicken sauces or soups. And at this point I wouldn't put it past him to try a TED talk on the romantic properties of tapioca next. But now I get it. He is thickening his own sauce. I figured that out pretty easily. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me, you can't get fooled again. Nice try, you little bastard. Now watch this drive. I'm half expecting him to start bottling his sauce and selling it as dating fuel to his clients to lift their game to a new level. Let's move on to the next topic. I went on 273 first dates. This is what women really want. Did you go on those dates alone? Or were you accompanied by your bros or hoes? If you've had 273 first dates and still haven't found someone for you, I'm pretty sure you are the problem, not what women really want. I assume no woman wants to hear that I went on over 200 dates before her. It just makes me look even dumber. At this point, I might as well subscribe to your online course and watch my self-respect evaporate in real time. Masturbating with my hand full of glass splitters seems more pleasurable than to listening to someone who treats people like that. But I still have some to go. 7 steps to close the deal within 2 dates. To speak about closing the deal, getting the lady to go down with you, or however you'd call it, is just disgusting and disrespectful. If I would ever put out a video on how good a date went for me, I would call it a nice evening ended with yabba dabba doo. Listening to him about that stuff makes me hope evolution skips a few generations. But I saved the 2 biggest highlights on the list for last. Women are children. Here's how you handle it. There are a lot of things that come to mind with this title. First off, you don't handle children. Parents do, families, nurses, therapists, people whose job actually involve kids. As a grown man, if you see women as children, or the other way around, you're a perverted piece of shit in my eyes. Honestly, anyone who thinks otherwise deserves a seat in the special hell reserved for people who confuse boundaries with board games. Even if it's just a title or something, he sells this shit and really believes in it. That is enough for me. And for the grand finale, I got something really special. A members only video that was called I Hit on a Minor and I Don't Give a Shit. People like you are disgusting, and exactly why we should be aware of men like this. If you don't care whether it was a minor and something happened, I can only assume, since I haven't seen the video, you should be held accountable for that, and hopefully some other inmates will also see it like this. I hope this fucking clown is just a social experiment, and if he really is the dumb fuck he seems to be, he absolutely should not be making content. The only thing worse than watching him speak is realizing someone actually gives him an audience. And so much for today. If an alpha male guru is trying to lecture about the female mind, like we've seen so many times before, I just can't anymore. Maybe my common sense does not allow me to understand the message of him, or I am just obsolete and dumb. Don't teach people this bullshit if it does not involve treating people with respect and decency. That is my point of view. In one video he said the golden rule is treat others how you want to be treated. His titles and how he speaks suggest otherwise. This rule does not apply to your own gender, it applies to every being out there. I now get out there with my dictionary and hours spent soaking in wisdom from the Magneto of the PDF file X-Men, trying my luck. If you don't hear from me again, I might have been beaten up from the barista from Starbucks. And I would bet they would just throw me in the dumpster directly after, because that kind of behavior just should go there. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and I wish you a wonderful day. Goodbye for now and take care.